According to Ukraine, a significant number of Russian missiles had been shot down by US and German armaments. President Volodymyr Zelensky stated in his nightly video message on Sunday that advanced air defense systems, such as the Patriot developed by the US and the IRST by Germany, were proving to be highly effective and had already yielded significant results. Zelensky claimed that despite waves of Russian airstrikes that Kyiv claims targeted residential buildings and civilians, some of whom were killed, Ukraine had shot down a sizable portion of Moscow's attacks over the previous week, which included 65 missiles of various types and 178 assault drones, including 87 Shahids. On Sunday, according to Moscow-appointed officials and Ukraine's armed forces, Kyiv struck and destroyed the Konhar Road bridge connecting mainland Ukraine to Crimea and a smaller bridge connecting the town of Henichesk with the peninsula's northeast shore. Anglo-French Storm Shadow missiles were used in the attack on the Konhar Bridge, one of three bridges that connect Crimea to mainland Ukraine, according to acting Kherson Regional Governor Vladimir Saldo, a Moscow appointment. Despite waves of Russian air attacks that Kyiv claims targeted civilians and residential buildings, President Volodymyr Zelensky claimed on Sunday that Ukraine is witnessing significant results from American and German air defense systems. Zelensky stated in his nightly video address on Sunday that modern air defense systems, such as the Patriot developed by the US and the IRST by Germany, were proving to be highly effective and had already yielded significant results. Zelensky claimed that Ukraine has successfully shot down a substantial portion of Russia's recent raids, which included 178 assault drones, including 87 Shahids, and 65 missiles of various types. Later, the military of Ukraine said that 48 airstrikes and 30 missile launches had been made by Russia. Unfortunately, civilians are also suffering casualties and injuries. Residential structures and other civilian infrastructure were destroyed, according to a statement from the military. According to Moscow-appointed officials and Ukraine's military forces, on Sunday, Ukraine attacked and destroyed the Konhar Road bridge connecting mainland Ukraine to Crimea and a smaller bridge connecting the town of Henichesk with the peninsula's northeast shore. Sergei Aksyonov, the leader of Crimea as nominated by Moscow, posted on Telegram, the enemy launched a missile strike in the area of the Konhar Bridge in the north of Crimea. One hit, an air defense hit a portion of the missile. He stated that traffic had been rerouted, repairs had started, and the road surface was damaged. Another Moscow appointee, acting Kherson Regional Governor Vladimir Saldo, claimed without presenting proof that an Anglo-French Storm Shadow missile was used in the attack on the Konhar Bridge, one of three bridges connecting Crimea to mainland Ukraine. The bridge, which is on a route the Russian military uses to travel between Crimea and other regions of Ukraine under its control, had its road surface destroyed, according to the Armed Forces of Ukraine's Strategic Communications Directorate. In June, Ukraine collapsed the same bridge. The directorate claims that the smaller Henichesk bridge had also sagged as a result of Ukrainian strikes, but gave no other information. The condition of either bridge or the ammunition fired could not be immediately confirmed by Reuters. A civilian motorist was hurt by Ukrainian shelling, according to Saldo, and a gas pipeline servicing Henichesk, the temporary administrative hub of the Russian-controlled section of the Kherson area, was destroyed. This left more than 20,000 people without gas. A rural school, according to him, was also harmed. The attacks are making it harder to enter and exit the peninsula, which Russia annexed from Ukraine in 2014 and is important to Moscow's military as well as a favored vacation spot for Russians. According to officials, a woman was murdered early on Monday when Russian forces shelled Kherson in southern Ukraine, and two other persons were killed when Russian forces shelled border areas in the Kharkiv region in northeastern Ukraine. The Kherson city and a portion of the Kharkiv region are situated right next to the front line. Russian strikes in the Kharkiv region have reportedly intensified recently, according to the Ukrainian military. A challenging evening for Kherson. The core area of Kherson is still being shelled by the Russian army, according to Governor Alexander Putin on the messaging service Telegram. According to Putin, the shelling began about midnight and continued for a number of hours. Separately, Andriy Yermak, the head of the Ukrainian presidential office, claimed on Telegram that Monday morning's Russian bombardment of border regions in the Kharkiv region had resulted in the deaths of 2 civilians and the injuries of 3 more.